Hello, welcome again to the SCLC today, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. We thank all of you for your great feedback and saying how you really enjoy this program. Ladies and gentlemen, it's God sent. And we thank our producer, Mr. Rick Clear, and all of the staff for providing these opportunities, not only for SCLC, but for the world. I understand that many of people throughout are watching what we are doing with this program. And we got really some big things coming, but we'll talk about it a little later. I do know the Hispanic Heritage Month is right upon us. Starting right now, ladies and gentlemen, we must correlate and coalesce with all ethnicity of people within our society. Again, congratulations to the Hispanic community for remembering the historicity of where you come from. And that's what we all must realize, that we must understand the culture and the historicity of who we are and where we come from. Again, the Hispanic Heritage Month is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings about a very sensitive and a touchy type of situation with me with the 60-year commemoration. 60 years. We're talking about to commemorate of the 4 young African-American girls bumming at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. 60 years. And I was just thinking just a few days ago, we were there in Washington, D.C. to commemorate and to reenact the 1963 March on Washington. That's 60 years. And you're talking about roughly 2 weeks after that, the 16th Street bombing of the church of those 4 precious lives that were lost, the young people. And it's just amazing and very stimulating and motivating for me to understand, and hopefully you, that nothing has changed. We're still confronted with violence attacked upon our federal government in terms of the Capitol. Violence with the culture of some law enforcement officers. Not all, not the majority, but some bad ones in terms of the Violence Act that's being perpetrated within our country. Ladies and gentlemen, 60 years to commemorate is something we have to deal with. It's something we have to focus on. It's like not giving you the buffet, but giving you a plate of history. See, sometimes we get a buffet, we get too full, sometimes we get choked. But I'm giving you a serving of a plate to focus on at this moment. 60 years. 60 years after the 1963 March on Washington. 2 weeks later, the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave a speech at the Lincoln Memorial a couple weeks ago. And what I talked about was that America has never been healed from the transatlantic African slave trade. Never been healed. Nobody even talking about healing or the commemoration of what has taken place from slavery and Jim Crow. And you're still talking about we as a people should be satisfied because we had a black president. We don't have no more racial discrimination or racial hatred within our country. Ladies and gentlemen, are you being misled in your belief that silence in the face of evil will heal what is taking place with racism within our society? And you have people in very significant positions, elected officials and otherwise, in just the leadership of our religious communities, and leadership on the media control of television and the digital type of relationships that we have today in communication versus being face to face. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be silent on the fact and to be reminded of what took place 60 years ago after we marched in 1963. The 1963 March on Washington, when Dr. King said we came to collect in terms of the check that America wrote us, came back insufficient funds, which means we don't have no money. We have no resources. We have no sustainability of economics where we could actually go abroad and throughout the world to galvanize and bring together and be the glue. We are Christians. We shouldn't be afraid because in our present, we have God and the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. I had a young man, won't call his name, but a very well-renowned and known and respected rapper to visit me in my office just yesterday. Very committed and a believer of the Trinity. And he was talking about God. Oh, come on now. He was talking about God and how you don't have to look for God. He's with you right now. If you are a believer, and if you want to be one, just call on him and to do what is right and to follow the structure of the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I was really impressed with this young man. And he wants to work with young folks. And he wants to bring about a cleansing of the violence and the concerns within our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, 60 years later, we are still fighting the same evenness, the same racistness that we fought many years ago. But guess what? You still can do something about it. You can participate and eradicate. Participate and eradicate racism and hatred from our society. God bless you. Hopefully, we said something today that will get all of God's children attention. And those who want to be believers will follow us because we're not afraid to stand for the truth. Love you because love is what love does. Let's stay prayed up.